The Teal Terran, also from Root and hailing from Canada, it's MaSa.
Oh yeah. All right, ZVT, Teal versus Yellow, one of the greatest battles of all time. You know, Teal versus Yellow, who will be supreme? And cross positions as well. So this is actually kind of what you're saying, a testament to what you said of as far as ZVT being such a mechanical matchup. These positions pretty much are the most macro-oriented positions as well as this matchup as you could get between these two players as well. However, MaSa is a very big fan of the 2-racks as well. He's a very big fan of super hyper aggression. Maybe not necessarily doing the standard, you know, really fast 3cc into just Marine Flood. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Maybe we'll see some kind of really, really aggressive play out of MaSa. You know, I mean, it's kind of like, who knows?
We absolutely could, man. It is the cross positions though with Deadwing at the same time, not close by air, so it's a little bit tougher to mount the aggression. Your opponent's going to have 2 Xel'Naga towers. They're going to have creep on a lot of those very effective flanking routes, and drops are definitely tougher to do with this positioning. You know, you're not sending it straight into your opponent's base. So the stim timings that we see, you know, when maybe like 130 supply, I feel like are just going to be a little bit weaker if MaSa, or Petraues, excuse me, can manage to get Mutalisks on the map. But that's just kind of looking down the line what maybe this game could look like. Who even knows? Yeah. We could see mech out of MaSa. So
true, right? So I wonder what will be the case. So far, we already just see the barracks first. Oh, the gas is going down as well, and the Reaper is on the way. And Petraues is looking pretty standard as standard could be, getting that hatchery first into the gas and pool. So he will be going for at least an opener that most likely will be getting the speed in order to get that map control before the Hellions come, and then the Hellions come out, and it's like a battle. But we'll see. It's very hard to tell, but it's sort of easy to tell at the same time. But we're not going to know really until we see what MaSa decides to do after his second command center comes out. Granted, he does get it, and it does look like that's what he's planning to do.
Yeah, he went for the quick CC here, and we'll be watching. Of course, the reactor goes down. The siege tank, or the factory, will follow for the Hellions. But when will he grab that second gas? That's really the big question for me. And will 2 racks follow behind it? For now, we've got 1 Reaper on the field and none following.
He's already getting the reactor, so he does not plan to use that barracks. Maybe get like 2 Marines, but you usually will see the factory go down and then switch out onto that reactor. So here comes the Reaper, though, using that Reaper Cliff. Try to get a bit of damage done. And here we go. He's utilizing that micro on the Reaper. Got to be a little bit careful, though, as those queens are going to be coming out very shortly. There she goes. There she goes.
Yeah, the Reaper's going to be... Reaper's going to be pushed out without much of an effort from Petraues here. He's going to manage to get 2 scouting links down here to the natural expansion. It looks like the Marines will be done in time, so that SCV should be safe.
Indeed, and if he didn't and he decided to go right for that factory, these links could have actually stopped the... Oh, they're just going to slip right on him. Those Marines are just like, slip.
Yeah, they can stop the factory from building. If he delays this factory, it looks like he's going to get a few seconds here, but good control from MaSa is going to save that SCV. And the Zergling doesn't manage to get in to get the full scout. He saw the second gas timing, however, down in the natural expansion. And that is a pretty quick second gas.
It is, indeed. And with that starport coming down, if we see a tech lab going down on this, yep, the barracks is going to get a tech lab on it. Yeah. I think we're going to see ourselves some Cloque di Benchi.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. Something like a Hellion drop could also lead into this. But overall, I expect the same with that second fast gas. But it's always possible if a player were to throw down a factory and switch that tech lab out, they can go for Blue Flame Hellion. But with the quick pickup here on the barracks, thinking it is going to be that Banshee opening you're talking about. Reaper going to come over on the right-hand side here and push out along with these Marines and Hellions. I love this. Look at this 4 Marine, 2 Hellion Reaper push that it looks like MaSa's going to go for.
I really do like it. You know, like sometimes you'll see, 3 Reaper with the Hellions for that added DPS, but we're seeing Marines come out with it. And Marines, of course, can also shoot the Overlords as well, as you saw them do that as they were moving out. But it looks like he doesn't have that high ground vision. Probably going to wait for the Banshee, but I wonder if he would even waste his time with the Banshee for the high ground vision before actually trying to get damage done. You know what I mean? Like, they're standing by that. Yeah, okay. I'm sitting there wondering, like, I don't think they're going to sit there with the Banshee. You'd rather hit by surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. But we did end up seeing the medevac. You know, I was convinced, Tempo, with the with
Oh my
the
God.
tech lab the fast pickup that it was going to be Banshee, but it looks like he's going into like siege tanks and a marine push. Am I watching Drooby right now?
That's what I'm saying, right? Is this Wings 2? And big thing that we have to note here is that we haven't seen any Evo Chambers come down from Petraues. We haven't seen any not Bailing Nest, but any Lair, rather. A Bailing Nest came down, and a lot of Lings are being pumped out right now. So the first thing that did come out of that starport was not a Banshee, but a medevac. And you know this map is very, very... There we go. We're going to see a little bit of some map abuse here.
Yeah, and you know, the crazy thing here is Petraues is actually prepared for this. He was killing those rocks the whole time. They're already extremely low. The tank could have sieged up, but it looks like MaSa is just going to rather go for the third.
Indeed, and this is a much easier position to deal with as a Zerg player. But really cool play, dropping the bunker there to protect the siege tank. But I mean, none of the drones are even mining at the third just yet. And if he sets this up, hey man, that's gonna be very annoying to deal with.
Yeah,
he did try to do it at that position, but it didn't work.
It will be annoying. I think that's the thing. Zerglings are going to be repelled back at MaSa's natural. And this isn't Boxer. You know, this isn't the natural expansion. If you'll recall when, was it Shy? I think it was Shy faced off against CJ and his hero. And I really feel bad if I'm crediting the wrong player right now.
Yeah, I can't.
But
I'm trying to remember.
this kind of play, siege tanks, supply depots, bunkers, and a siege, but it was in a natural expansion. I don't like this play as much because Petraues, this is his third base. He may be able to pull something out and make an interesting play happen here, but I do still love the mind game from MaSa. Like, maybe he planned this. Maybe he planned this as a strategy that Petraues hasn't seen from him.
But he actually made it work. He was going to go for that part where the 2 destructible rocks are. And in that location, you do go for the natural. But right here, he's just making the best out of a situation, right? He didn't open up macro. He opened up to do some certain amount of damage while keeping Petraues off of his natural base. So Petraues is recognizing it very easily. And, dropping the Spire.
Yeah, I love Petraues' way of dealing with this. Check this out. That siege tank, goodbye. You can't fight my spine crawler. I got transfused for days, bro. Yep.
And the mutas are going to be on the way very soon. But in the world of MaSa, what is he doing to follow this up? He looks like he's not dropping... Oh, he has already got a third orbital. There's really not that much defense at home.
Where's the mule? I want to see a mule for that bunker, but it looks like the MaSa's Marines are going to kill those Zerglings. Back at home, the bunker goes down.
Yep.
Oh,
he secures his third
scene. I'm calling
he did say... Oh, at the battle... At his
Transfuse!
home. His new home.
Misses a transfuse and loses his spine crawler.
Here comes the 2 muta hit squad, and Tempo's famous for this one. Because I always do this, and I'm like, oh shoot, the Spire's already done, but nope. Lava's gonna pop. 7 Lavas here. He hasn't been able to utilize his third as much as he would like to, but he's not really making a big deal out of that. Like,
yeah,
it's annoying, but it's really not the end of the world.
Let me actually tell you why I don't like how this play is going for MaSa. MaSa went for a lot of tech really fast. Siege tanks, medevacs, a bunker, and Marines on the other side of the map. That's a lot of tech. Okay, mutas are recorded. That's a lot of tech that he bought really fast. All it did was force Petraues to have to build a 4th hatchery a little faster, which just let him explode economically even more. Now the push is coming from MaSa, but I think Petraues has spent the last many minutes of the game just building up his economy. For now, he's evacuating this 4th because of the drop, but overall, I wonder if he's going to be able to make a big enough force to just storm this army.
Yeah, he needs to be able to do it. Like you were saying, he was spending all that time getting that economy rolling, but he's going to be able to deal with the actual army of MaSa. I mean, look at the army supply, 78 to 58. Petraues, yeah, he's been getting his army supply up, and right now we're going to see nothing but units. If he can clean this up and not lose his third, he will be in a nice position, but he does have that macro hatch right at that third, so he will be able to at least not be completely out.
That macro hatch is so great, Tempo. Like, he's going to be able to keep mining even though he loses this base. And it's going to force the Marines to come out further. I love it.
Yep, Petraues trying to get a counterattack done. There are some Widow Mines here, and they're going to go on in. The mutas are going to get some damage done, but there are quite a few Marines here. No turrets. Well, there's one at the southern location, but the third of Petraues goes down, and he needs to make something happen right now, and he's going to exactly try to do that.
I don't like the choice from Petraues with how he just did that. So, yeah. Petraues, he's going to manage to clean this up, but, okay. He was attacking that whole time. He was counterattacking. No reinforcements came from MaSa that whole time, and all he lost was a couple of banelings at the end of the day and 1 or 2 mutas. I think if he had joined the army he had down there with the army he had at home and hit as one force against that isolated army in the top from MaSa, I think he would have obliterated it. But he lost a lot of Zerglings, a couple mutas, a lot of damage that I don't think he needed to. He's going to engage in the middle of the field right now. We'll see how he can fight off of creep.
Big Widow Mine hits going down. There's only about 3 banelings that are remaining, but will he be able to clean it up? There is no Overseer here, so he cannot kill those Widow Mines. But if Petraues can somehow stabilize, he does have that worker lead, although MaSa's on 65 with mules dropping. Thors are going to be into the mix as well. And this is like you're saying, Kibbles, man, that mechanical matchup is Petraues going to be able to hang in here.
You know, Petraues, that engagement, I feel that he lost a lot of top just may have cost him this. He really needed that army supply to hold him over it so he could reestablish that 4th base. But now I think everything just dies for our Zerg.
Wow. Yeah.
And now we talk about maps. So what'd you pick?
I have to pull up the thing, but it was Steppes of War, Sakura's Plateau,
cool.
Tal'Darim Altar. It was what's it called? Cloud Kingdom. I was like King Sejong for some reason. Cloud Kingdom. I don't even have the thing up. I'm trying to remember the other ones. Ohana, and I can't remember the other ones that I did. I might have just clicked them. I mean, I'll pick it. I'll clear it up. But what map, vote, dream pool? What were the other choices? I can't remember, man. Those are the only ones that like stuck out of my head.
Habitation Station.
Nope.
Shattered Temple. Zelnaga Caverns. Yonsu.
I think I did Zelnaga actually. Oh shoot.
Metalopolis Shipyard. Of course, everyone picked Metalopolis.
Yep.
So who can't pick Metalopolis? Like if you think of like all the most memorable games from like 2012. It's 2012 when all the when the Koreans have just come over and you got like Rain versus Boxer at the second MLG after the one after Columbus and like just ridiculous battles.
Yeah.
Idra's hallucinations.
Yep. Oh my god.
MKP floating to the gold multiple times.
Yeah.
In more tournaments than you can remember.
I really hope they don't mess with our memories of them like, oh, I can't wait to play on them again, and then it's like, fuck this map. But nah, man.
That'll be Steppes of War, man. We all vote for Steppes of War because we all hate Steppes of War.
Yeah.
But we hate it in a funny way.
Yeah.
You hate it like no other map that you have ever hated.
I mean, that's how I feel like about it. Like, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Me too, man. All right, well, I'm going to ask you a weird question later about the map pool, but I haven't decided what it is yet.
Oh, okay.
So
but it's going to be great, right? That's the main important part?
Yeah, it's going to be something like... well, I'll think of it first, and then I'll tell you. Okay. ZVT, guys, not cross-map positions.
Nope.
And our Zerg player looks like he's just about to kick up his metabolic boost.
Indeed. This is a really nice position for MaSa. It allows him to get really easy access with the drops over to the natural of Petraues. So Petraues might want to go ahead and be very... he needs to be very aware of that possibility because drops can be very, very devastating. Getting some static defense there, maybe, you know, overcompensating with a few spore crawlers so that this doesn't bother him. That could be great. But MaSa decided to go for a CC first, I believe it was. And he's adding 2 more barracks behind this. Where are these barracks going down at? Okay. Behind his refinery. Interesting choice here. He's going to go ahead and drop that factory with that reactor coming. Looks pretty normal to Petraues, but he doesn't know about the 2 racks behind it.
He doesn't, and that is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
for Petraues, and I think MaSa realized that he got an early scout on the second Overlord. He went, your first Overlord would have already been able to get into a better location than this. This has got to be your second, which means you sent your first Overlord the wrong way. And I love this read from MaSa because he realizes that one is not yet in position. You can see it over here in the top right. It's on its way. It's en route.
Oh my god!
Space, but oh, this could make a world of a difference.
Oh, Hero Link.
The Zergling gets in. The Zergling gets in, and this is massive for Petraues.
A huge error there from MaSa. He could have probably, I'm trying to think if there was blocked at all, but I realized, I really think he could have repaired that.
That hurts the soul right now for me, Tempo.
Oh
Petraues
my god.
just got in there, saw those barracks down, and that's
in the Evo. I mean, the Evo, the engineering.
Quite as bad. Yeah, right. He gets everything he needs. It's not quite as bad as seeing double starport Banshee, but it's not a lot lot
Yeah, it shows that he's not going for a third command center very early. Like, he wants to do a very aggressive. Yep. But now he does drop that second command, the third command center. And Petraues doesn't need to realize that he can be under massive amounts of pressure with Stim on the way. +1 there. Only one engineering bay, though, shown. So you know that it was some kind of timing. So definitely Petraues going to be aware of that. But he's opening up pretty standard. Getting his 1-1 himself. He got an earlier Baneling Nest. No lair that we do see on the way at all. So he's just going for the super safe build right now. Baneling Nest and then the 1-1.
It doesn't seem like he's too worried about drops. You know, there's no Spire, no lair. He didn't even start that much gas.
Yeah.
He's just going really eco hard, man.
Yeah, a lot of how many drones is he up to? 53 to the 40 of MaSa. And MaSa's just pumping out units, gonna go for that push anyway, regardless of it being scouted. And I mean, for MaSa, right? Where's the starport? Oh, there's a starport, I guess. But like, it was he has to really change up his game plan. It looks like, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, you know, he knows there's not going to be fast medevacs. The only option for MaSa to do from here is either go for the command center and play a real game, or you can build a starport and pretty much go 2-base all in.
Yeah.
Petraues is just going to make a lot of links. He's got some queens to deal with the Hellions, and he's going for upgrades. He's going to be incredibly effective against this army, and he's going to have great upgrades and a great economy behind it. I love this counter from Petraues. I feel like he is in such a superior position at this time.
Yeah. He sees that the army is moving out here from MaSa. We're seeing everything being put into units right now for Petraues. His upgrades, his 1-1 will be done. His lair will be done. He's not making anything except for units right now. He's already saturated the minerals of his third, so he realizes that if MaSa's only on 2 base and he has his mineral saturation, if he deals with this, he's in a great position.
Tempo, what Petraues is about to do to MaSa rhymes with Tacktown.
Oh.
This engagement is going to be extremely one-sided. If he can wait only 8 more seconds, Petraues wants to let his units upgrade. He's going in 3 seconds before the upgrade's complete, and now they're done. 1-1 Zerglings swallowing MaSa's army here. He will retreat from the Hellion count, but with transfuses and Morlings on the way, Petraues is going to be just dandy.
Yep, it's just those Hellions that he has to worry about. If he's going to throw away his Lings like this, the Hellions are going to be pretty good. A lot of the Hellions do survive, and you only need 3 of those to do some massive amounts of damage to big groups of Zerglings, so be very, very careful now, Petraues, as you did hold that off, but MaSa is still coming down, and he's going to actually drop into the natural. Oh, no defense here at all.
Yeah. Something critical Petraues missed around at injects. It's why he's floating 1,100 minerals right now. That's a lot of Zerglings that should have come right at the tail end of that big fight, but never did. And so we're not actually seeing Petraues on the aggressive right now. Instead, he's losing workers. He's having bad engagements. In the blink of an eye, that game just switched from everything to nothing for Petraues. Dominant. One of the things that's so impressive about Sue to me.
Oh my god, Oh my god.
Sue just doesn't peak. He's just always really freaking good. He's like if people are, the ocean going like this, he's just always at 90% of the wave. His water level is just higher than the rest of the earth.
His water level is over 9. No, I was kidding. Did you get to see the GSL match?
Versus Zest?
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched it yet, and
Definitely check it out.
I was hiding from spoilers as hard as I could, and I couldn't manage to hide myself from it.
It's pretty tough.
One of the downsides of working in the industry, if you can't keep up, if you have to like go away or something and you can't watch, you can't escape it. You know, man, we can't escape hearing StarCraft news. It pops up everywhere.
It's kind of hard, but we gotta go ahead and introduce these two players. You know them already, but we'll let you know their names in case you are just now tuning in. Spawning in the left west side of the map, Catalina is going to be our root for root. Red Zerg, changing colors actually. Petraues.
Changing colors because
he's actually yellow before, right?
I believe yes, he was. Petraues, man, he's really got to step it up. He's playing a great games until he engages. And the second a fight starts, things fall apart for him. In game number 1, the first fight of the game was when he went for that counterattack.
Yep.
He went for that counter. From there, the game ended in mere minutes.
Yeah.
In this game, no different. Or in this last game, no different. Once the fighting started, Petraues stopped injecting, collapsed, and died within moment.
Yeah.
A moment or moments.
I mean, it's just like, right? You either come out of that fight completely on top or you fall to it. Even if you have to deal with it with the second wave, it sucks. Because MaSa behind it was getting a third command center. He would have started to mine from his third, and you don't want to waste all your resources just trying to fend it off. Like, you want to just totally swarm it and have that kind of momentum on your side. But he had to wait until another round, and it just didn't really come, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So.
He's got to step it up here. Petraues, nearing 100 gas. Does have Zerglings on the way. And it looks like he could lose a drone here. Oh,
he does.
He lost a drone. And he doesn't get the Reaper.
Reaper is going to be a little annoying. Petraues trying to get away. Oh, I thought he only made 2 lings, but he does get 4 lings, which is nice. And MaSa is definitely being such a thorn, at least in Petraues' side. And
this is okay though. As long as you're not messing anything up, then it's perfectly fine. Does he remember to start his second queen in his main base? No, he doesn't, but maybe because he's going for... Okay, he starts it as natural. I was going to say, he went for actually pneumatized Carapace.
This is a Petraues move. Yeah. Such a Petraues move. Going to be getting it even before speed. Especially on a map like Catalina. If you don't scout the right way, your overlords are not going to be in position. But this pretty much gives you 100% certainty exactly what's happening. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with the fact that your speed is late. But usually you don't really need speed as much until... even when the Hellions come out. I know Petraues likes to use queens in order to deal with it. So we'll see exactly how he decides to deal with that follow-up. And with the information that he's sure to get by having this.
Look at this. Marines capture the Overlord on the left-hand side. And then pneumatized Carapace finishes. Beautiful timing from Petraues. And MaSa is just going to be so sad, man.
It's such an annoying feeling.
Overlord. I lost it. Yeah.
It's like a guy that keeps, he has a key to your house for some reason, and he just keeps walking in, but he's not doing anything to really annoy you. He's just literally just walking through, not going into your bathroom to use it. He's just kind of walking through, checking the mirror, walking out, that's exactly what it feels like when these overlords are just kind of floating through your base.
Tempo, it feels so much worse than that. You say keys for no reason. I say you're this burglar. He just bought keys. He just went to the store and they sell keys to your house, and he just bought them, and now he's just walking through your house, and you're like, dude, get out of my crib. And he's like, I paid for it. I paid for it. If you want me out, you can shoot me, okay?
Yep, and that's exactly what those Marines did. But here come the Queens to go ahead and shoot away these other units from the Terran player MaSa, as Petraues is trying to hold on to this third. If he doesn't hold on to this, it is going to be so annoying, because having to cancel that when it's halfway done, even more annoying than overlords floating through your house or floating through your base.
I'm really worried, Tempo. I mean, the fighting started. The fighting started really early. Oh my god, no. No, the Queens are caught. The Queens are caught in the middle of the map. Every time fighting starts, this game ends for Petraues. I feel so bad for him right now, but he just lost all 3 Queens. He lost the hatchery, and MaSa, with a beautiful catch here out at the third base, is going to set himself up for a massive lead.
Oh my jeez, MaSa. He's on 2 bases with his third command center on the way, canceled the base of Petraues, and killed a lot of his production capabilities. How is Petraues going to do this? Will he just kind of go for a big attack and try to end it.
Yeah, if I'm
No.
Petraues, I am looking for a Nidus Worm play right now, and he can't do that until he has a lair, so he's going to try to get a nice catch on this force out in the middle map. I don't think attacking off creep is the solution
Whoa,
right
the surround
now.
though!
That was a great surround. Petraues catches that army isolated.
Stage 1, you know? You gotta
No
start
stim.
somewhere.
No stim for those Marines, actually. A clutch read, actually, that I had foregone when I was kind of calling that play. Petraues realized, you know what, my opponent, with all this, there's no way he has stim, and he pushed the issue, and he managed to get all those kills. That was really, really a good read from Petraues.
Yeah, but here comes Petraues with all of his units. He realizes that he can make something happen. He's going to make a bunch of banelings, but this Viking is going to scout it. What will these units of MaSa do? I mean, there's nothing really here to defend for for Petraues, and he's just going to go home. He realizes he needs every unit that he can get, and he's going for it. Petraues is feeling like he needs to make something happen. Will this be enough?
Yeah, bunker goes down immediately. Couple Hellions remain, and that's it. The Zerglings, however, run over to the SCVs. Looks like he's going to morph banelings down in the bottom right. He's going to keep the pressure coming. And here's the question. Does Petraues keep hitting his injects? I see a queen. It's got 25 energy in the natural expansion. That's one inject that he is missing right now. But he's going to keep microing this army. Banelings! Huge hits on the SCVs.
Big hits hitting that Hellion, a very, very important unit to hit. Widowmine might be able to spell the end of any sort of reinforcements, but Petraues is continuing to go, dropping his 3rd command center, but killing how many SCVs? 17 workers in total, and I don't think that was from the early game, folks. So that was a lot of workers to kill. 3 command centers over here from MaSa. He should be able to remake them eventually, but is he going to be able to deal with round number 2?
We'll find out right now. Banelings coming in. That was a good connection from
Not
MaSa.
bad at all.
All right, Banelings. Beautiful, beautiful from MaSa. He will survive this round. And remember, he's facing an opponent with only 2 hatcheries. If MaSa can stop losing workers and stabilize, he does have 3 command centers. He does have 1/1 upgrades on the way, and that's more than we can say for Petraues.
Yes, Petraues, though he has managed to get his lair up. He's getting a Spire on the way. He is still on 48 drones to the 34 SCVs, but triple command center is definitely something you have to be scared of. The third hatchery, I keep getting the Terran stuff all mixed. But the 3rd hatchery of Petraues is going to be done soon. Yes, he won't be able to saturate it just yet, but he's going to be going for it now. And he needs to hold on to any kind of counterattack, and he will be able to run away with this, you know? Like, the even army supply is nice. And he needs to start to get his upgrades as well, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. MaSa's going to take advantage of this, though, with combat shields and 1/1 on the way.
Here's where we find out how focused MaSa is. Does he hit the armory timing here? He just faced an all-in, and his upgrades were going during it. He managed to start his upgrades during the, semi-all-in play, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Does he remember to start the armory? If he does, MaSa is way too in the zone for Petraues to come back, in my opinion. But otherwise, we'll have to see.
We will, indeed. And a very nice drop. Uh-oh! It actually wasn't
That's
scouted by Petraues by the time it is here.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close.
Zerglings.
I think he's going to be able to get it.
Oh, man. That was all the Zerglings. That was
Hey.
all the Zerglings.
It really was. There are 7 remaining. In a really nice position here from MaSa, utilizing that very short distance between the main and the 3rd. But here comes wave number 2, and it has 1/1, and combat shield is going to be done.
And look at these injects. Right now, there are only 4 larvae, and injects are nowhere close to finishing. MaSa is going to have clear reign. If he keeps walking, this 3rd is dead. He has to get there before, the Marines, the Lynx really start popping out. There's going to be like 12 of them right now. Not all that much, but he did stop, so maybe Petraues can hold.
Yeah, and he has baneling speed already, so he's going to be able to at least, not be microed around too easily. But does MaSa actually see that drone moving for the 4th? I don't think so. Petraues, though, doesn't see that this drop is coming here, that same spot again.
There's only 1 Overlord on Overlord spread for Petraues, and it's letting these drops rip him apart.
Yep. And he's going to have to deal with this. There's a Widow Mine here as well.
The spawning pool.
Watch out for the friendly fire.
The spawning pool has gone down for Petraues. He can no longer make units. He has 12 Zerglings.
Yeah, that's not good at all. He needs the banelings so bad. His mutas can't even deal with these Marines on this side that are trying to drop. And it's going to be a while until the spawning pool is done. And I'm sure MaSa is going to take advantage of that fully.
He needs to morph Banlings. He has to morph Banlings. Even though he can only make 5 of them, he has to make them because Banlings are just going to be so much more cost efficient on the ground. He starts them up. 4 Banlings on the way. I'd love to see even more because you know the push that's coming is going to be huge, Petraues. You need to morph more Banlings.
Yep. Even a scan being used to see the army of Petraues. Widowmines are going to be boring right outside of the third.
Oh, no.
A few Banelings aren't going to get the
Kill a
connections they
Marine!
need. Oh, that friendly fire, though. Killed so many of MaSa's Marines right there.
All right, well, a
Huge
very
Widowmine
lucky
friendly
strike for Petraues. Exactly what he needed to maybe start battling his way back. The Banelings are coming forward right now, but an unending parade coming from MaSa and Petraues.
GG.
GG.